Hi, I'm Kathy.
And I'm Maddie.
And we are Wheelchair Adventures. Today we're going to talk about some place that Maddie really loves. And we've been waiting for a while to talk about it.
Yeah.
But first of all, let's start with the country. Where do you love to go, Maddie?
Australia, of course.
Australia. We took our first trip there in
2020.
Yeah, bad year to travel to Australia. But anywho, we've been there twice, and Maddie just absolutely loves it. So we're going to break it down. This time we're going to talk about Brisbane. Brisbane, that was the first place we went.
Yeah.
We'll start with the story of how we got to Australia.
Yeah.
Maddie had been wanting to go to Australia for a long time, and we finally said, okay, we're going to do it. And we were supposed to go on a cruise of around, she loves to snorkel, so around the Great Barrier Reef, and then end in New Zealand. So it was a big trip. So we were going to fly to Sydney flew to Brisbane, and then just going to return from New Zealand. Well, we went right when COVID was taking over the world, and we debated whether to go, and we said, let's do it. We don't know what's going to happen, so we did it. Are you glad we did?
Yes.
I am. I'm glad we did. It wasn't the trip that we were hoping for, because as soon as we got to Australia, because you lose a day in there, when we got there, our cruise was canceled. So we ended up
doing our own thing.
We're doing our own thing. We spent about 10 days there, and we would have spent more, except my husband called the State Department, and they said, yeah, you should probably come back. So we flew back from Sydney.
Regretfully, we flew back.
Yeah, Maddie would still be there if she could have her way, but always get what you want. But anyway, we used our time there, and we had found, before we went, this place called Lone Pine Koala Sanctuary. And that is what we're going to focus on today. See Maddie's shirt? She's got a little koala there. That's from Lone Pine Koala Sanctuary, and it's in Brisbane. So, because there's so much, we've done so much in just 2 trips, but today we want to show you some cute animals, because sometimes you just need a little cuddle in your life, right? Yeah, it's one of those times when you just need a good cuddle. So, we went to Lone Pine. Again, when we went to Australia the first time, there was only about 400 cases in the whole country of Australia.
Yeah.
So
they were not as worrisome.
They were not as crazy as it was back in the U.S.
Yeah.
So we went to Lone Pine Koala Sanctuary, and it is a sanctuary for koalas. It's a sanctuary for a lot of animals, and it's just such a cool place.
Yeah.
And it's wheelchair accessible. There's paved sidewalks. There's one hill, but it's not bad compared to San Diego Zoo. But it's just a little hilly, just one spot. But it's a wonderful place. The first time we went, our main goal was to see koalas, because everybody wanted to hold a koala, and you can only hold koalas in Queensland. You can't, which is Brisbane. I don't know how far up it goes, but in Sydney you're not allowed to hold koalas.
Which is crazy.
Yes, I mean, no, it's okay. They've got to take care of the koalas. I don't know, but and even in Queensland at Lone Pine. And did we hold them in at the Australia Zoo? But that's another time. I don't remember. Even they're very restrictive of how long you can hold them, how you hold them, how long the koalas can be out of their enclosure.
Yeah.
So yeah, they take a very, very good care of the koalas.
Yeah.
So that was the first thing we did on our list was we held koalas.
Yeah.
And
They're really dense.
they're dense. They're heavy. They're what is that, about 15 pounds?
Yes.
And they're all rump, and you have to stand a certain way.
You have to hold them like this.
Yeah, you put your hands like this, and you kind of stick your belly out.
Yeah.
Which sometimes is the problem. But yeah, it was really, really fun though. So we held koalas, and then we got to see some dingoes.
Yeah, dingoes are fun.
Yeah, the first day we went there, we went on a guided tour. So we paid extra, and a tour guide took us around to everything. So we get to go inside the dingo enclosure, and Maddie got some love from the dingoes.
Yeah, got some kisses.
And then they wanted to know if we wanted to hold a snake, and I said, no, you couldn't pay me.
Yeah, no.
So nobody else wanted to either, although I think Hank did at the Australia Zoo.
God.
But so we held this, do you remember what it was? It was some type of lizard.
Yeah.
I held it, held my breath while
I got
was
nothing.
holding it. But it was a little thing. And yeah, I'll show you a picture. I'm scared to death. But we got to hold a barn owl and something else, some other type of bird. I don't know. But it was a great tour. And then lunch was included, and snacks. They had tea and cakes, but that was for the private tour. You don't have to take that. But we did the first time we went there.
Yeah.
And then we went to the kangaroo enclosure. And this is where we lost Maddie. It's a huge, huge, huge enclosure, just open range, where I don't know how many. I mean, they have about 150 koalas, correct?
Yeah.
At the sanctuary. And the kangaroos, probably about the same, right? There were a lot of, not koalas, kangaroos.
Kangaroos. Maybe.
Probably. There's a lot of kangaroos. Maybe not 150, maybe 100. But there's a lot of them. So you can buy this food in a bag, and then you hold out your hand. Well, Maddie had a hard time.
I can't do that. I don't have...
Well, you can, but it would be all spilly because you get all excited. So we ended up using a cup. And then on our next trip, we actually got her for Christmas gets a measuring spoon that's plastic, and she feeds the kangaroos with that.
Yeah.
But it was just so much fun. And then I think, we went to a couple other places in Brisbane during that first trip. But Maddie and I I think we went to that zoo about 3 or 4 times, right? Not the zoo, but the Lone Pine Koala Sanctuary.
Yeah.
And just watched the koalas, watched the kangaroos, fed the kangaroos, and we just had so much fun. And the little joeys sticking out of the pocket.
So cute.
It was just so cute. So by the time we left, this was in 2020. By the time we left, they weren't allowing people to hold the koalas anymore because they didn't know if people could transfer COVID to the koalas. So you could at least touch them, have your picture taken.
Yeah.
So that was okay. So it was always in our hearts. So in 2022, we took a Trans-Pacific cruise from Hawaii over to Sydney, and we went back to Brisbane.
Yeah.
To the Lone Pine Koala Sanctuary. And again, I think we went 2 or 3 times that trip, right?
Oh, I only remember going like twice with Bridget, though.
Well, I went. I don't know. It doesn't matter. 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
And again, we didn't take the tour, the special tour. Maddie couldn't go in because you had to get over the hump in the enclosure, but I went in and took some pictures. You could go into a koala enclosure and you couldn't touch the koalas, but you could take pictures, and they were up in their trees, and take some selfies. It was really, really cute.
Yeah.
And you got a talk about how all about koalas, and it was so much fun. So the second time, Maddie actually got down on the ground with the koalas. Not the koalas. Why do I keep saying that? The kangaroos. She sat down on a blanket, and she had the best time with these kangaroos. They would come up to her.
And hold my hand.
One of them came up, and she was rubbing him and petting him, and then he reached over and held her hand. It was so cute. And there will be a picture on there.
That's what I want heaven to look like for me.
Yeah. Oh, you would hold kangaroo hands?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. Who knows? Maybe that'll come true. Who knows? So yeah, she just fed him, and the first time she met a special one a male called Mr. T.
Aww.
And we found out when we went back that he had passed away during COVID.
He was a big boy.
He was
big boy.
He was huge.
That's why his name was Mr. T. He was huge.
He was huge. But there was another male and we don't remember his name.
Yeah, I know.
Let's see, it was some like Ningani or something. I don't know.
No, I don't. No.
But he was the head of the group now. But we just spent hours. We would go and just spend hours playing, not playing, but petting and feeding, and Maddie even had a mama and her little Joey. There's Joeys popping out of the pockets everywhere. They're so cute. And these huge Joeys that fit back in the mom's pouch. But one of the mamas with the baby came over and ate some of Maddie's food, and that was special.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Lone Pine, it's just cuteness overload. They have alligators if you want, or crocodiles, which if you feel the need to see them, I don't. And they have snakes. They have wombats.
Yeah. They have Tasmanian devils, I believe.
Tasmanian devils, yes. A lot of the Australian.
They have dingoes, of course. Dingoes are great.
Mm-hmm.
Dingoes are fun.
Yeah, they just. Oh, and you know what else? I almost forgot. The lorikeet feeding.
Oh yeah, the lorikeet.
Yeah, I think we discovered that this last time in October of 2022.
Yeah.
We discovered the lorikeet feeding, and it was so much fun. Twice a day, in the morning and in the afternoon, you can hold these things, and again, there's some pictures. Sticks, but they have food in them.
Yeah.
It's a stick with a ring of food, and they just come and eat. And then Maddie had them hanging off her hat, and they were just so cute. And that was a highlight too. So there were just so many good stories about Lone Pine Koala Sanctuary. So if you love kangaroos, you love
wombats, koalas.
This is the
dingoes.
place to go. We'll talk about some other wildlife parks that we went to in Australia, but this one has a special place in our heart.
Yeah, I can't wait to see Pluto, the new head of the new head of the tribe.
Yes, Maddie sponsored Poppy, which was a baby. She was a Joey the first time.
Yeah, now she's a mama.
A koala that was a little Joey when we were there the first time, and now she has her own little babies. So they're so cute.
Yeah.
But
yeah, we have Pluto.
Pluto, we're gonna meet Pluto. You sponsored Pluto this year. But yeah, Australia is amazing, and like I said,
if I could live there, I would.
Oh yes, you would. We'll continue our talks. We've got to break it up a little bit because we're going to be away, so we want to tell you about that. But we wanted to start off with our Australia series. So Australia is amazing. The hardest part of anything in Australia is getting there.
Yeah.
Especially when you're in a wheelchair, because it is from the West Coast, probably 15 hours flight. And it's not easy. I would not try it if Maddie had to fly coach. I mean, maybe some people could, but not you. And at least premium economy where you can put your feet up. But we have been able to go in the lie down seats, which have been a lifesaver because, like I said, we would never get Maddie out again, I don't think, because it's just such a long trip. So you have to take that into account if you have the desire to go to Australia. What we've done the one time, and we're going to do it again, is take a ship from Hawaii to Australia, or vice versa, Australia to Hawaii. So that lessens the time change, because you lose a day when you fly over to Australia. You leave on a Wednesday.
And you get there on Friday.
So you're like, whoa. So when you fly back, you leave, let's say, 10 o'clock in the morning, and you get back home at about noon on the same day. So you were just totally messed up for several days.
It's really weird.
It is. So it's a hard trip for somebody with a disability.
But we make it work.
We do, and you're fortunate enough where you can be in a comfortable seat.
Yeah.
But it is so worth it. So that is our first segment on Australia, and probably Lone Pine is our favorite. Well, we've been to so many great places in Australia, but that is one of our favorite places. Yeah. And we wanted to show you again.
We wanted to share with you
some pictures of
some memories,
animals. I will put some up on Instagram, some more pictures, because I probably have 300 pictures of koalas and kangaroos, and we just love them. They are just so adorable. So enjoy the pictures. I'll put some up on Instagram and Facebook. If you like what we're doing,
we have 403 subscribers. That means a lot to us. Thank you.
If you like what we're doing, subscribe, comment. If you've been to Australia, tell us what you liked. If you've been to Lone Pine, we'd love to hear what you think about it. And so we will be back again. Like I said, we're going to take a break and we're going on a couple of other adventures that we want to share with you along the way.
Yep.
But then we'll be back and we'll continue on our series about Australia, because we've been to some pretty cool places and seen some pretty nice things.
Yeah.
All right. We'll be back. I'm Kathy.
And I'm Maddie.
And we are Wheelchair Adventures.